Om Shanti. Good morning. Today we are reading the Avyak Murli of 25th January 1969. And this Murli is Avyak Murli, where Baba has explained the meaning of what is surrender. And Baba also clarified what surrender means. It is with the consciousness of uh, our consciousness, okay, where the body consciousness have completely finished, and in every breath we remember Baba. So Baba explained that this is what surrender means. Then Baba also explained that the true meaning of man manabhav. Baba said it is very, very deep. And as Baba said that looking at the scenes of drama, sometimes we fluctuate. And in case if we fluctuate, which actually creates stain. And Baba said, we have to ensure that we, as the drama moves second by second, even we have to move. In fact, the stage of our mind should move on the straight line of drama. And that is where, it shouldn't fluctuate a little bit also. So that is how we have to prepare our stage, ensure that we see every scene of drama and we are very, very stable. That's what Baba is expecting from us. So let us go through this Murli and also reflect at the same time and also check, am I completely surrendered? Where am I lacking? And how can I actually work on myself, do more inner work, connect more with Baba, and experience that power and experience the true stage of surrender. So the title of today's Murli is The Highest Stage of Surrender is to have remembrance in every breath. Whilst being stable in the Avyakt stage, see the Avyakt in the corporeal form. Today, Baba is asking you a question. Have you completely surrendered? Someone said, we are. Baba further said, is this everyone's thought, or does someone have another thought? What is total surrender? The consciousness of the body the consciousness of the body is also included in everything. If the body is taken away, another one will have to be given. But you have to break the consciousness of the body and become surrendered. What do you think? So Baba is explaining it and asking another question. So what do you think? If we are body consciousness in this birth, in this body, again, let's say if we leave this body and we take another birth, again, we'll have another body. But what about the soul consciousness, the practice of soul consciousness? Have you totally surrendered even the consciousness of the body? Have you died, or are you still continuing to die? You are bodiless in terms of the relations of the body and the thoughts of the mind. You are bodiless in terms of the relations of the body and the thoughts of the mind. Only when the consciousness of the body is totally finished can it be said that your life is totally surrendered. There is praise for the perfect stage of only those who have renounced everything and have a totally surrendered life. So when you have become perfect, you go with Baba, but will it be with the body or as the soul? You had thought about this, so why did you not do it practically? In the beginning, you had the thought that if Baba goes, you will also go with him. So why did you not do it? When Baba left his body, then everyone had so much love for Brahma Baba. Baba is asking this question, if you loved so much and when you promised Baba that if you leave, We will also leave our body and we'll also come with you. Then why didn't you leave your body when Baba left his body? So this is also a sign of love. Is it a sign of breaking all other relationships and forging all relationships with one? It is a sign of the final time. Since you had this, why did you not renounce your body? Are you able to renounce it? You cannot renounce it now, whilst there are still karmic accounts with your body. You definitely have to settle all karmic accounts either by yoga or suffering. If there are any severe karmic accounts, this body will remain. It cannot be renounced. In the same way, you are surrendered anyway, but now the stage of surrender has become even higher. Surrender means to have remembrance in every breath. You should not forget Baba even on one breath. So Baba has clearly explained and defined what surrender means. Surrender means to have remembrance in every breath. You should not forget Baba even on one breath. Each breath should be in remembrance. So what would it be the sign of someone who does this? What will be visible on his face? What will be on his face? Do you know? Someone said cheerfulness. Will there be anything else apart from cheerfulness? Whatever is the extent of someone's tolerance, his power increases accordingly. Those who stay in remembrance in their every breath must definitely have the virtue of being tolerant. And because of being tolerant, their cheerfulness and power will be visible. There won't be any signs of weakness on their face. Sometimes the words emerge from your mouth. How can I do this? What will happen? These words of weakness should not emerge. We have so many questions like this. How can I do this? Or will it be possible? Can I do it or not? Or what will happen? So, Q kya, like what Baba says every time. So, Baba said very clearly that these words of weakness should not emerge. Only when they come into the mind do they emerge in words, but they should not enter the mind. They should not enter the mind. Man manabhav and madhyaji bhava. The meaning of man manabhav is very deep. Just as the drama continues to move second by second, in the same way, the stage of the mind should not move in a straight line following the rails of the drama. It should not fluctuate even a little bit. Sometimes, whilst moving on the rails of the drama, you come to a halt. Sometimes the mouth says something. Sometimes the stage of the mind fluctuates. And then only later do you catch hold of the stage. This is this also becomes like a stain. Acha, there is something else that until now has only been spoken of in words, but has not yet happened practically. What is it that has only been spoken about, but not yet happened practically? You just heard about the shield of the drama. Baba was also telling you something else. The time is close. And so, according to the time, the stage of being introverted, of going beyond sound, of being avyakt whilst engaged in action should be visible. And that is still lacking. Your business has to continue, but developing the stage should also continue. Both these should happen together equally. At the moment, they are not. So, Baba, these words are so wonderful, and as if Baba knows a pulse of each and every child. So this is applicable, even at that time and even now. So Baba said that both these should happen together equally, and at the moment they are not. Now Sakar Baba is stable in the Avyakt form, but your children will only be able to have the alokik experience of an alokik meeting if you are stable in the Avyakt stage. There is one other main thing. At present, your attention is being drawn to it. And so there should be this to a greater extent within yourself. What is that? Does anyone know? You were told of it by the corporeal form also to wake up at Amrit Vela. The atmosphere of Amrit Vela will remain the same. In the Sakar form at Amrit Vela, even though the children were far away, they used to experience a meeting with Baba. But now, when Baba went on a tour at Amrit Vela, he didn't see that atmosphere. Why? Have you become tired? Tiredness is removed by this alokik experience of Amrit Vela. Yet, this weakness is sometimes visible. It is Babdada's pure desire that children quickly experience these avyakt experiences. When you used to meet the Sakar form in the corporeal form, your stage used to become angelic. Now, you will have alokik experiences to the extent that you remain stable in the avyakt angelic form. Acha. So after this, there are two messages, divine messages from the subtle region through Guldar Zadji. So the first one, today when I went to give Bap Dada an invitation to come to Madhuban, there was the feeling from Bap Dada's signals that Baba does not want to come today. And then Baba suddenly said, Acha child, all the children have called me, and so Bap Dada is the children's servant. Hearing this, I had the thought that just a moment ago, Bap Dada was saying no, and now he's saying yes. Why? Knowing the thoughts in my heart, Baba said, Baba is deliberately doing this in order to teach the children that they should give regard to one another's advice and ideas. Even if someone gives his idea and you don't like it, you should not instantly reject it. First of all, give him regard, saying, yes, indeed. Why not? It is very good. By doing this, the force of his idea will be reduced. Then he will be able to understand whatever you explain to him. If you instantly cut him off, there will be conflict between the two forces, and as a result, there won't be success. This is why it is necessary to give regard to one another's ideas and advice. By doing this, love amongst yourselves and the gathering will continue to grow. So Baba is teaching the best lesson for conflict management. And Baba said that it is very important for us to give respect and regard to each and every soul. Even if you don't like anything, that's fine. But don't reject him instantly. First listen, acknowledge, and then you can share your thoughts. The second message is, today I went to the subtle region, and as soon as I reached there, although Bab Dada was there in front of me anyway, what I saw was that there were many garlands around the neck of Brahma. Then Baba said, take off these garlands and have a look at them. As I looked at them, I saw some were long and others were short. I asked, Baba, what is the significance of this? Baba said, child, these are the garlands of everyone's complaints. जैसे बाबा कहते हैं उल्हानों की माला. So because when each child sits in solitude, he lovingly complains to Baba. Each child has definitely placed a garland of complaints around Baba's neck. Baba said, although children are aware of the drama, Baba is definitely the most loved, and so suddenly seeing the wonderful drama, each child is complaining within his heart. Children have knowledge anyway, but together with knowledge, there is also the love, and so the complaints are not wrong. Then I asked, Baba, what response did you give? So Baba said, as is the child, so is the response. As is the child, so is the response. Baba said, in response, I also adorn the child with a garland of complaints. What are they? Then Baba spoke about them. The hopes that the father had in the children were not shown practically when Baba was in the Sakar form. You now have to show them whilst he is in the Avyakt form. Baba said these complaints are a sweet heart to heart conversation. There is also a game with the children. All the decorations that Bab Dada decorated you with whilst in the Sakar form will be seen by Bab Dada in the Avyakt form. This scene then finished. I offered bhog to Baba and then asked, Baba, what do you do all day in the subtle region? A very interesting question, which many BKs have, especially when we are new. And Baba clarified it. Baba said, come and I'll show you the museum of the subtle region. You make plans before you build a museum, but Baba's museum is created within a second. What did I see then? There was a big hall. In this one hall, many of us children were standing there in the form of models. I said, but Baba, this is all of us at the museum. Baba said, child, this is Baba's museum. Now go and have a look at it, what Bab Dada has decorated them with. Just as an artist decorates the idols with decorations, just look at what Bab Dada has decorated them with. As I went closer to the models, I didn't see anything special. A fully decorated idol was visible. Baba said, I have already placed the gross decoration on the children whilst in the corporeal form. But in the Avyakt form, what am I decorating them with? All the decorations are there. All the jewelry is there. But I'm placing the final jewel in the center of the jewelry. As soon as Baba said this, it was as if there were few extra jewels visible on some of them. Baba said, the main teaching for the children is that they should come into the corporeal form whilst being stable in the Avyakt stage. The main teaching for the children is that they should come into the corporeal form while being stable in the Avyakt stage. When you sit in solitude, you are able to remain stable in the Avyakt stage, but you don't achieve stability in the Avyakt form whilst in the corporeal form. This is why there are few jewels who have a constant karmatit stage. Whatever weakness I see in whoever's life, I'm removing that. What Baba does, Baba said, whatever weakness I see in whoever's life, I'm removing that. Just as I used to carry out this task in the corporeal form, I am doing the same task in the Avyakt form. So when you go back, ask the children, do you children have the feeling throughout the day that Bab Dada is decorating you? Children who are Yogyukt will have the feeling that Baba is now talking to me and decorating me. The children who are in the Avyakt form have the experience that Baba in the subtle region is meeting them and playing with them. Acha. So let us give love and remembrance to our beloved Bap Dada, and remember Baba, and then we continue the churning of today's Murli. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti.
After hearing the title, I just remember what Jagdish Bhai gave us a message yesterday, that easy to become tireless server, but we have to be tireless tapasvis by having Baba in every breath, every heartbeat, and in every drop of blood. I just tried to practice yesterday, but I really couldn't get that kind of intensity of remembrance, what Baba mentioned. Coming to today's Murli, Baba's given us questions, he has given the answers. There's three things I want to take with me. When Baba said how to remove the stain, he said, be introverted, practice going beyond sound, and avyakt in actions. Introverted, beyond sound, avyakt in actions. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Baiji. I got 3 questions. Is that okay if I ask you those questions?
Sure.
Okay. One thing, Baba, talking about constant remembrance. So my question is that how to keep the constant remembrance, which of course we have to make a lot of effort. How do you keep yourself constant remembrance of Baba? And second question is, Baba, talking about Dehi Abhimani Sthiti today, to surrender your body consciousness. How do you describe this one? And third question is that Baba says about 3 things. When we remember Baba, we are tolerant, cheerful, and power will be visible. So tolerant is one of the power. How Baba described tolerance and power, different, both different. How come? So tolerant is also a power. That's my question. Om Shanti Brother. Thank you.
So you want me to answer this now, or let's finish the churning first?
All right.
Okay. So once we're done with everyone sharing, I'll answer these questions. Is that okay?
Yes, brother.
Okay, great. Thank you. So let's continue with the churning. Everyone, what other points do you really touched your heart and you felt like this is something which I would like to practice, because there are a lot of things which Baba explained.
Om Shanti. Baba says the best way to have remembrance is to wake up in Amrit Vela and remember Baba.
Great.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Bhaiji. Good morning, angels. The point I took is, Baba, how much earlier, way back in 1969, like what you said, Baba was teaching us conflict management. It was such a wonderful way. And till today, it's applicable and we have to be very cautious. So for me, what I took is, I have to be very cautious, give regard to one another's advice, and don't straight away reject them. Accept it, and then true, they will mellow down. Then after that, you slowly give love and law like that. Do everything with a lot of love, and things will change. Om Shanti Bhaji. Thank you.
Anyone else would like to share?
Baba says all karmic accounts will have to be settled here. They can be settled by doing constant yoga, or they would have to be settled in the form of suffering. So one should not mix his manmat with Baba's mat. If people make lots of mistakes, very severe karmic accounts will remain as stain. So they will have to be removed through through yoga. That's what Baba says. And Baba also mentioned a method to do karma, to be a karma yogi, like to stay in a settled region and then come back to earth to perform our actions, like to be in the awake stage of mind and then do the work in the corporeal world. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Shanti, everyone. That's the point that I was also looking at, to be in the avyakt stage and then come in the corporeal form. So maybe it'll be good to get some examples of what that would look like. But that is what I would like to practice today. So if other people have ideas of how they stay in the avyakt form and then come the corporeal, that would be great. Thank you, Baba.
So anyone else would like to share anything from today's Murli before we move to the discussion and sharing of our experience, like how we practice things? And also along with me, I would like to encourage everyone to answer the questions like Sister asked from today's Murli. Anyone would like to share anything? Okay. So Sister really asked wonderful questions, and it was quite interesting. As we listen to Baba's Murli, Baba is a very good coach, very good teacher, and a guide. Baba has asked so many questions and also answered these questions. And in fact, how to stay in remembrance in every breath. So Baba clarified it very well. So first, like Baba said, like when Brahma Baba left his body, and after that, Baba saw that Amrit Vela, like all his children were, not all, but maybe he saw that few children were feeling very tired and were not focused on Amrit Vela. So it is very, very important that our first connection with Baba at Amrit Vela is so very important. So that is where we are able to tune with Baba, experience that soul consciousness, have that love for divine. We can experience it truly at that particular time. And that's where Baba is showering a lot of his love, his blessings, and with any relation, if we connect with Baba at Amrit Vela, so that relation, in fact, helps me, okay, to remember Baba throughout the day. And I was listening to this class recently, and I really liked it. Like we have different relationships with Baba, and Usha Didi shared this example, how to remember Baba every day with different relation. So quickly, I would like to just help everyone. Like Sunday is son is bache ka sambandh. So as a son, I connect with Baba throughout the day. Monday is Mat Pita, like mother and father. Then Tuesday is teacher. Wednesday, like in Hindi, we say Budhwar, so it is Bandhu, brothers relation. Thursday, of course, it is Sadguruvar, so it is Sadguru Sambandh. Friday is as a friend, and Saturday is Sajan or beloved. So every day, if we have like one relation, and right from Amrit Vela, you do this preparation a day before you sleep, and remember Baba with a lot of love. And with that particular relation, you wake up, good morning, good Baba, with that relation, good morning, Baba, my dear friend. And then you start welcoming Baba, and maybe you then have your chit chat with Baba. And that's how it is easy for me to remember Baba with every relation. Okay, that is one. So it becomes easy for me to uh, talk to Baba and also remember Baba. That is one. Second thing, when sister said like how to stay the Dehi Abhimani. So now when I have that instant, like I have that chit chat with Baba, especially when I'm doing any karma, let me do any business throughout the day, whatever I'm doing, whoever I'm meeting. So one thing is very clear, that since Amrit Vela, that I am a soul, and I have to remind myself again and again. Like in yesterday's Murli also, Baba said it is very important. Like you practice soul consciousness, remind yourself constantly that I am a soul, I am a soul. But which soul? And that Dadi Radan Mohiji emphasizes this, that remind yourself, don't say when you're practicing soul consciousness that I'm a soul, but I'm a pure soul, मैं शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ. So when you remind yourself again and again this, practicing constantly that I am a pure soul, I'm a pure soul, मैं शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ, then automatically that soul consciousness will increase. And don't worry, if you are doing any karma and if you forget it, that's fine. But after regular intervals, when we keep practicing this, it becomes easier. And sister asked me like what exactly I do to practice this. So for me, I'm really fortunate that sometimes throughout my work, I have days when I am all at myself at home, all by myself, and I have freedom to kind of practice things, and along with my preparation for any programs or anything. So I have done this. I have customized the traffic control for me, and I know it is a little too much, especially when you hear it for the first time. But this is what I have done. I have set the traffic control, the music after every 15 minutes. And this is what I do. I take any affirmation or any swaman, okay, and after every 15 minutes it rings and it plays the music for 2 or 3 minutes. And since I have time, I can practice it, and I love to do it. So in the first traffic control, let's say at 9 o'clock, I'll practice only focusing on being soul consciousness. So let's say if I take this affirmation or swaman that I am a pure soul, I will only see myself as a soul, and I'll just focus on seeing myself as a soul and reminding that I'm pure and nothing else. Okay. The second traffic control after that 9:15, then I practice going to Baba in 1 second, and then in Paramdham, me and Baba. In the third traffic control, I see myself with Bab Dada in the Sakar, like in front of me, Baba giving drishti to me. And at the fourth traffic control, Baba and me giving light to the entire world, all the souls, all the 5 elements. So this is how like I have been practicing it for like quite some time now. And it's fine, like if I'm not able to do it throughout the day, but at least if I'm able to do this successfully for at least 2 or 3 hours after every 15 minutes, I realize that it has really helped me a lot. And it helps me being soul consciousness, practicing soul, feeling that energy with Baba, and also I feel that I'm serving at the same time. So this is how I have been practicing. And very important thing is, after Amrit Vela, as we read Avyak Murli, reading Avyak Murli, it really injects that energy, and gives a boost. Like throughout the day, it is not difficult for you to remember Baba, because while you're doing work, you still remember those points. And Baba said, like, even if you remember the points of knowledge, okay, the jewels of knowledge, you are in fact connected to Baba, because Gyan kiska hai? whose knowledge is this? This is Baba's knowledge. So automatically you connect with Baba. So that's why Baba emphasizes on churning this knowledge while we are, working, doing any sort of karma. So chalte firte, it is easy for me to remember Baba. It is not difficult. Why? Because I am knowledgeful soul. So if I remember anything, any point of Murli also, I am connecting with Baba anyways. So, and the third thing was about, like Baba said, if you remember me in every breath, okay, how is it visible? So someone said cheerfulness, but Baba has a very different way of explaining things. And every time if you ask the same question to Baba, Baba will have a different answer. So it was quite interesting that Baba said today that it's not cheerfulness, but the virtue of being tolerant. And that is how we'll experience the power. So why tolerant? Because Baba also answered this a little further and explained it and made it very, very easy for us to understand that in the Sakar form, okay, as we are doing action, we are karma yogis. It is very important for us to be introvert. And as I go inside, I see myself. I see what's going on in my mind. What is the quality of my thoughts? When I see this, when I practice soul consciousness, automatically my face, it will be cheerful, but I can understand what are the different scenes of trauma, okay, that I'm facing or that I'm going through, especially when interacting with people, or let it be any circumstances in front of me. So at that time, I know that the shield of trauma, I'm holding it, and I am not upset by any person or any situation. And that is how I practice being tolerant. I'm stable. I'm not reacting. I become more responsive. And that's where I experience my true power, that yes, I can do it. And what is actually helping me? One is being soul consciousness, and second is the knowledge, and the knowledge of drama. So this is what my understanding, and I thought was my experience practicing soul consciousness or remembering Baba. If anyone would like to add anything in addition to this, I would invite you also, Ramesh Bhai or Rakhi Ben, or maybe others. I don't know everyone personally, but yes, of course, if you'd like to share or throw some more light on this, that would be great. I hope I haven't taken too much of time.
Om Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti.
Yeah, brother, I have one, question. When you shared that you are setting an alarm for 15 minutes, so I have a query. Like you set this alarm as an hyper focus hour for a particular period, like, or for the whole day this alarm is set for 15 minutes, and if you are able to do it, because you said now at times if I am not able to do, it's okay. So how do you decide that this particular hour would be hyper focus for yoga, or the whole day it is buzzing, please?
Good question. Thank you. So I have set this alarm for throughout the day. Okay. And of course, it's up to me, like if I have to do this now, or if I have to, I mean, the priorities are, it's up to us, like how and when you would like to do it. So if I know that if I'm just by myself and no one is around, or even if there are like there is not much attention needed to any task, then I think I can do it. But I make sure that in mornings, especially up to 12 o'clock, I ensure that I do it, okay, at least from 10 to 12. So that early morning breakfast and other activities, calls and everything is finished, and I'm like free and I can just do this activity. And after lunch also, I do it. So like whenever it is possible, I make sure that I just sit and I do it, because sitting at a stretch of like half an hour or 45 minutes or 1 hour throughout the day is difficult, but at least these small chunks actually help me. So it's up to you how you decide and how you would like to do it. And again, as there's no pressure, so you're absolutely free. And you slowly, when you start doing it, you start enjoying it. And it won't be a distraction anymore.
Om Shanti, brother. That was amazing.
Thank you.
But for me, I think I speak to Baba quite a lot. So I don't think the alarm set will work because I have to have the mobile in my hand and etc. etc. So
Mhm.
instead, what I do whenever any action or anything, I ask Baba, let it be even an ordinary act. Baba, don't you think you should do something about this? This is happening. So like that, I try to practice just like Ramnath Bhai used to say, sweet conversations then and there when we have. Brother, I just have one question.
Mhm.
Baba spoke about total surrender. See,
Mhm.
I'm a grihasti, I'm a grandmother, and I'm in the midst of a family with grandchildren and all.
Mhm.
I never compare myself with all the people who have surrendered themselves, who are in the yajna and the seniors and all. I love my role because I know Baba has created this role for me, a purpose. But
Right.
sometimes I think, am I surrendered? What have to do for surrender? Like get up, wear white clothes, just do that. Because sometimes there are some kind of people saying we have to shift to white clothes, we have to do that and all. I do love all that. But I just want to know, is that only surrender? What is the, how much is Baba going to give me marks today as I am in this role for his question on what is total surrender? Sometimes I think about that. Am I really surrendered? Or what other than cheerfulness and tolerance? What, how much I, I think what I should do for that surrender. I don't believe in just going and sacrificing myself, staying over there and doing. I think from here I can give, like I speak even to my children, I say, oh, she's God's child. So
Mhm.
what is this total surrender for grihastis like us? How will Baba rate us?
Very beautiful question. And if you look at today's Murli, Baba has explained it very, very clearly in the title of today's Murli. The highest stage of surrender is to have remembrance in every breath. So it's not about just wearing white clothes or staying at center, and it is for every soul that Baba speaks. So Baba has not categorized it ever, that this is what that surrenders have to do, or this is what Grasti has to do. No, Baba emphasizes more on being soul consciousness or your connection with Baba. It is more about, like as Baba said today, every breath you remember Baba, and with that connection with Baba, whatever you do, and especially practicing introvertedness, or bringing these divine values and virtues in action, that is what Baba expects us to do. So Divya Gunoti, sorry. So one is remembering Baba, and second is imbibing these virtues. So if we focus on this, then I think we are there. If anyone,
Another way to look at it, Dattabai, what Kirjaben is asking is what a couple of days back the Murli Baba had said uh, about Arpan and Samarpan.
Mhm.
So, like you rightly said, the title that is there, that if everything is coming from the angle of having Baba's presence
Mhm.
in each and every breath,
Mhm.
then there is no longer you, the identity of you being operating from body consciousness.
Right.
Then it is Baba, and you are just the instrument, the nimit, who is taking care as a trustee of all the responsibilities, even in your social life.
True.
And another point that Sister Kamaljeet had asked is that about maintaining, having stability in the avyak form. So Baba said in today's Murli, when you sit in solitude, you're able to remain stable in the avyak stage, but you don't achieve stability in the avyak form whilst in the corporeal form. So the challenge usually comes when we step out in the world to sit, to meditate in solitude, being connected with Baba. To maintain that stage yet may be possible. But as we step out into the social world, then to maintain that avyak form, the avyak stage, that stage in the corporeal form, it is Maya which takes over. And that is where we start facing challenges. So how to do that again comes back to the same point, that am I involved? Am I getting consumed into what is happening in the corporeal world? And then getting that awareness of going back to the body, to the soul consciousness. And it's going to be a practice, because at this time, the battery of the soul is depleted. And by constant remembrance, we've got to keep on charging ourselves. By constant yoga, by being connected, having that awareness, that is something that over a period of time, we keep on practicing and make that as a nature, such that you don't have to consciously remember them, but then that's the way you would be all the time. So it's a journey, I guess. That's what my perspective is. Thank you.
Great, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Vimshbhai. And I'm sure it has brought a lot of clarity about all the doubts and questions that we have. I mean, our sisters and brothers had today. So today, let us just focus on, like, remember the title of today's Murli, and let's just practice, connecting with Baba in every breath. So it has to be just Baba and me. And if you can connect with Baba with some relation today, it will be a wonderful experience. So since today is Monday, you can choose Mat Pita, either Mata or Pita, up to you. And let's experience this today. Okay, so let us sit in silence for a minute. Om Shanti. Thank you so much for joining.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Dittabai. Thank you, Divine Family. Have a cheerful day, and we shall meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you, everyone. Om Shanti. Have a wonderful day.